Hello YouTube and welcome back to another video. This is going to be a quick video response to Steve36207 10 questions. I know I'm a little late to the party. He did this video about 2 weeks ago, but hey, I thought I'd give it a go anyway. And as they say, better late than never. And also my 14-year-old daughter saw interest in some of these questions. Only missing one really, due to it being a little bit way before her time, old school. So she noted down her answers. And obviously being a bit camera shy, was against showing herself on camera, but as I said, I did note down her answers. So yeah, and as always, I never do note these questions down, so I thought I'd do something a little different, as I've done once in the past with Richard Turner's video. And I hope you don't mind, Steve. So without further ado, onwards with the questions.
Question 1. Who got you into YouTube?
So, who got me onto YouTube? That's going to be an easy one. Just a quick story first. Moving to Madeira 6 years ago, and obviously coming from London, growing up in London and school and all that. My friends, obviously gamers, and of course these days being retro gamers, and basically talking about games all day long, be it retro or modern. And one of them actually comes along with me to the replay events. So yeah, so moving out to Madeira, because my wife being Portuguese, not knowing nobody who was into games, let alone retro games. Of course, I did have met friends along the way, but their gaming fixes tends to be Gran Turismo and FIFA, and that's basically it. Really gets boring, kind of repetitive. So, of course, reading the Retro Gaming magazine, I thought I'd sign up to their forums and see if there was anyone out there with the same sort of interests as I have, especially on the collecting side. And of course, the first channel that I came across was Steve36207, who at the time was going for the full Power Mega Drive collection. Sadly, he's has since left the retro scene and concentrating more on the current generations. So yeah, he was the first channel that I came across, and of course from there I got to know also the Stig, Mark Vergier, LaFaris, and Blue Tonic 78, who are still in the community and still into their retro stuff. So yeah, so XR2708 was the one who sort of inspired me to do videos. Of course, my daughter wanted to answer this question, and of course she doesn't do any YouTube videos, but should she ever, I'd probably be the one who had inspired her to do videos. She does have a friend at school who does YouTube videos, but mostly RPG gameplay videos. So yeah. But I'd be the one that inspired her to do YouTube videos.
Who is your MK character of choice? But this is not Mario Kart, this is Mortal Kombat.
So my favourite Mortal Kombat character, in all honesty, I'm not really into my beat-em-ups. I really don't play them much. I'm pretty shit at them, in all honesty. And but if I'd have to choose, then it would be Raiden, because he reminds me of the character from the 80s movie Big Trouble in Little China. And actually the creators did base Raiden on this character, and it's one of the 3 storms, and he would be the first storm, lightning, obviously because the lightning sort of charges all around him. So yeah, Raiden would be my favourite character, and obviously my daughter couldn't answer this question because it was sort of way before her time, even though the series is still going on today. But she said if it was a Street Fighter character, then it would be Chun-Li, so there you go.
If you could own one arcade cabinet, what would it be?
So if there was one arcade cabinet that I could own, which one would it be? Now that was a difficult one really, but it would probably be out of these 3. But saying that, in the end, I picked this one. So there you go, Power Drift, most definitely Power Drift. Love the arcade cabinet. That would be so awesome to own one of those, and it must be pricey. And of course, these days to get one in very good condition, that's going to be very difficult. And the game itself, brilliant. What can I say? And it's one of the reasons why I've got a Saturn in my collection. It's purely because of Power Drift. Love this game to bits. So yeah, Power Drift it is. Of course, all the others that I've showed you, they're fantastic games, but it was a difficult question to answer, but Power Drift had to be on top. And of course, my daughter wanted to answer this question, which was kind of interesting because arcades here in Madeira are non-existent. Of course, she's never been to one in the UK because they're also rare to come across these days. And so her answer was a strange one indeed, and that was the Pac-Man arcade cabinet. So there you are, go figure. That's my daughter's favourite arcade cabinet.
If you could take one character from a game and put it into another game, which character would you take?
Take one character from one game and put it into another. Now, that is a difficult question to answer. I can't think of any. Top of my head, probably Lara Croft in the Soul Calibur game. And I did mention earlier on I'm shit at my beat 'em ups and I don't play them much, but that would be cool to see. Lara Croft in the Soul Calibur game, yeah. And of course my daughter wanted to answer this question and she put down Kirby in the Sonic All-Stars Racing Transform, the second game. So yeah, so that's question number 4.
If you could make a cartoon from your childhood into a film today.
A favourite cartoon from your childhood turned into a film today? God, there were so many back then, but I'm going to go with one that hasn't been mentioned, and that will be Ulysses 31. Yes, so Ulysses 31 would be my cartoon of choice. A great cartoon show back in the day. Loved it to bits, and it would certainly make an excellent live action movie today, using today's technology, computer effects, and all that. And it's not been mentioned, so I thought I'd throw that one in. And I own it on DVD and still watch it from time to time. And it's got a great catchy theme tune to it. So yeah, so basically the plot to the story is you're a chap called Ulysses, and you've angered the gods by killing the giant Cyclops, while saving a group of enslaved children, and one of them being your son. And that part I could never understand. I mean, why would you be punished for that? But hey, that's the story, and it uses a lot of famous figures from Greek mythology, giving it a futuristic twist because it's actually set in the 31st century, hence Ulysses 31. So yeah, and I love the design to the main ship, the Odyssey. Excellent design to it, and it's sort of like a Battlestar Galactica, really. Rather than looking for a new home, you sort of, because you've been punished by the gods, you've been sort of thrown off course and into unknown territory, space territory, whatever you want to call it, and you sort of got to make your way back home to Olympus. So yeah, that's basically it, really. That's my cartoon of choice. Oh, and I forgot to do my daughter's answer, and that would be Magic Knight Ray Earth. So yeah, Magic Knight Ray Earth, that is her favourite cartoon, and even though, well, it is actually old in a way, it's back to 95, I think. Don't know whether they're still doing any new episodes today, but she first started watching it back in 2007, 2008, and she's liked it ever since. And when I told her there was a game for it on the Sega Saturn, well, she wanted it immediately. But of course, the US version goes for a fair bit on eBay, about £200. But I did explain there is a Japanese version, and so she begged and pleaded me to get it for her. But I did explain that I did mention to her that she's gonna have difficulty playing it, being in Japanese, but it didn't bother her at all. She wanted it, so I did get it, and she played as much as she could on it, and of course, in the end, giving up on it because of obviously the Japanese text, and but she still says she never wants to get rid of this game because it's part of her collection now. So just thought I'd show you the Sega Saturn version. It is boxed and complete, and of course, that is her favourite cartoon.
I'm sure this one have been asked as well, right? Favourite game music?
Okay, so favourite game music soundtrack, and that's a no-brainer for anyone that knows me already. And I've mentioned this in the past, and that's gotta be Wise. Fantastic soundtrack, and first played this game on the Master And as basic as the sound chip was on the Master System, I still loved the jolly tunes to it. And of course, when it was ported over to the PC Engine with a proper soundtrack, even better. And I'm loving the soundtrack to the new one, Wise Memories of Calcutta. Awesome stuff, and wise it is. Also, I wish I never got rid of my Master System game now, because Wise on the Master System still goes for a fair bit on eBay. And of course, my daughter wanted to answer this question, and she chose Eternal Sonata. She loves the soundtrack to this, which is very strange, really, because it's classical, and basically a bit of Chopin music. But she loves it, so there you go, Eternal Sonata, and it's her favourite RPG of all time.
What's your favourite game you've played this year? Didn't come out this year. The favourite game you've played this year.
Okay, so the favourite game that I've played this year, and doesn't have to be any year, could be old or new, and I was going to go with Minecraft on the PS3. I'm loving this game. It's so laid back, real lazy sort of laid back game, and I spent loads of hours on it. I'm still playing it, but I'm going to go with this one, and that is Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U. Fantastic game. I'm on the last world. Not completed it, but it's got to be the best game I've played so far this year. Of course, my daughter wanted to answer this question, and she chose Ni no Kuni. She's loving this game, and has even mentioned it in the past that so far this is the best game she's played this year. So yeah, she's an RPG fanatic. She's been playing RPGs since the age of 7 or 8, and she's the only kid in her school that plays them. In fact, I think she's the only kid in her school that plays computer games. All the other, as I've mentioned probably earlier on, just had the odd bash on football and Gran Turismo, and the girls they play the odd Sims. But that's basically it, really. And she's basically in her own little world, just playing RPGs, and she loves it. So Ni no Kuni is her favourite game so far this year.
There you are. Number 8. If you could be a cartoon character, who would it be?
If I could be a cartoon character, who would it be? That's a tricky one. Top of my head, I'd probably choose Fred Flintstone. Yeah, it's pretty cool and not brainy, but I mean that's not me, of course. But he's a fun sort of down to earth, friendly sort of guy, really laid back and lazy. That bit is me. But yeah, I mean I'd literally have to be transported back to the prehistoric age because it wouldn't work in today's times. It'd be a bit silly, wouldn't it? And I mean, how cool would it be using dinosaurs as home appliances? So yeah, Fred Flintstone. Saying that, if not, probably Samurai Jack. He's cool, pretty cool. These ninja skills and all that, and especially that sword, that is really cool. And so yeah, one of the two. And of course, my daughter had to answer this, and oh god, you're gonna get ready for this, and probably gonna have trouble even pronouncing it. It's a cartoon called Shigushara Hinamaru, or Marai. So obviously a manga cartoon, and the character's name is Amu, and she transforms into amulets, the likes of spades, clubs, diamonds, and hearts. Girly thing, but yeah, that's who she would choose. And just quickly show you a picture of the character herself.
The next game I plan on completing.
So the next game that I plan to complete, and it would probably be for the 3DS, Bravely Default. About an hour into this game already, really enjoying it. Excellent game it is, and yeah, so I aim to complete that. And I also plan to complete The Last of Us. I've only played about half an hour of it, enjoying it. For what I played of it so far, it's an amazing game on the PS3 as well, and yeah, and I got sidetracked with this bloody game, and I don't know, it's really good, and it's a lazy game, especially on a Sunday afternoon, just chilling out, playing this for a few hours. You can't really complete this game though, can you? I suppose if he had a goal like sort of like create a sort of small village and then complete it, would that be complete? I guess not. But there you go. And this for my daughter's answers. Get these notes out, and it's we don't have the game because she's actually just borrowed it from a friend of hers, and that's Kirby on the 3DS. She wants to obviously complete that before she gives it back to him, but of course she does want it in the collection. So, but I've yet to see it in our local, so she's gonna have to wait a little longer. But yeah, Kirby on the 3DS. I'm all saying that she wants to eventually complete Disgaea 3 on the PlayStation 3, because she's just so looking forward to playing number 4. Well, I told you, finish that first. So yeah, those are the games that I plan to complete.
If you could put yourself in any game, what game would you put yourself in?
Okay, so the final question, and we got there in the end, and it is, if I could put myself in any game world, which one would it be? And for me, it would probably be, it would have to be Wise. It's a fantastic game. Love everything about this game, and great stories, soundtrack. It's got a very colourful world, and very fantasy themed. No different to the likes of Final Fantasy, Bravely Default, and the other Japanese RPGs. But played this game so many times and completed it so many times. It's as if I've been there myself, and it would have to be this, the world of Wise. And of course, my daughter wanted to answer this final question, and it's no brainer really. It's the Pokemon world. Again, she's a Pokemon fanatic, and so yeah, the Pokemon world is where she would want to be. So yeah, so that rounds up the questions, and hope I haven't bored you guys with all these questions and answers. And do head on over and check out Steve36207's channel and the video itself, and feel free to do a response, even though it's a little late. Probably some of you guys have probably done it by now, but hey, those who haven't, give it a go. And as for me, bye for now, and until the next time, take care.